We're back! Don't worry, we're not playing Mega Man anymore. We'll never play Mega Man again. But what we will do is we will continue the Romulan mystery. Where were we? We were here, I think?
Tequila, the survivor you rescued from Demora Station, has provided some very interesting information about both...
Nope. One right after that.
The cause of the supernova that destroyed Romulus remains a mystery. Our allies in the Romulan Republic have a theory on the matter, however. They believe that Taurus, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, is responsible. Republic forces attempted to apprehend her, but she escaped through an Iconian gateway.
We did that mission.
Recently, the Republic has discovered new information that could help us track down Taurus. We want you to rendezvous with the RRW Lisette and provide any assistance you can.
Okay. Let's do it. That is way up there. Can we warp there? Let's find out. So yes, remember when Taurus escaped when we were fighting her and she's like, "No! I have a bad voice actress, but my character is actually kind of engaging." Well, now we're following through on that. And yeah, the Lisette is the Romulan Enterprise. It's the Romulan hero ship. We'll be seeing a bunch of it, along with the Enterprise, ironically. The Enterprise G, I think? God, I don't remember. F. Okay. It's the one Shran is in charge of. Or Shran, excuse me, is in charge of. Yeah, it's an Odyssey. Being held by the Lisette.
It is a pleasure to be working with you. I heard about how you got your first command. Well done. Not every officer could have stood up to the Borg like you did.
Don't remind me of that nonsense. Please don't remind me of that nonsense. That was so stupid.
Agents working for the Romulan Republic have recovered definite proof that Taurus, or persons working for Taurus, were responsible for the Hobus supernova that destroyed the homeworld. Our agent spoke to Taurus. She claimed that she was deceived by Hakiv. But that does not excuse her culpability in the destruction of 2 inhabited worlds and the deaths of millions.
Billions.
Our agent tells us that Taurus believes her Iconian masters can change the past and restore Romulus. So not only is she a killer, she's insane.
I don't know if I'd call her a killer, but she's definitely insane. We already talked about that. So, what do you suggest we do about her?
Taurus cannot be allowed to commit even greater crimes in an attempt to fix her mistake. My intelligence officer, Lieutenant Gaius Salon, has intercepted communications that may allow us to locate Taurus and finally bring her to justice. I'll let him explain in greater detail.
Greetings. I am Lieutenant Gaius Salon of the Romulan Republic. There are certain pleasantries that are customary in these circumstances. However, I'm choosing to skip those. We have much to do. Recently, the Republic intercepted a transmission from a group of Remans in the Hobus system. These Remans have remained loyal to Taurus, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, who was deposed by Sela. While the transmission was not unusual, its origin point was. The Hobus system is under strict quarantine. However, a previous team uncovered a mining facility at one of the planetary fragments. We believe that the Reman loyalists may have returned to this facility to continue their efforts.
Hold on, why is it under quarantine?
The Hobus system is the origin point of the supernova and subsequent subspace explosion, which destroyed Romulus and Remus. It is still, as you say, a hot zone. The Remans loyal to Taurus are using the quarantine as a cover to resume their operations in the system. The transmission we intercepted was addressed to Commander Aranhu, a Reman who is the captain of Taurus's personal guard. He must be the liaison to the forces in the Hobus system.
What do you suggest?
The direct approach. If we confront the forces in the Hobus system, who are in violation of both Federation and Romulan Republic mandates by their very presence there, They will send a call for assistance to Commander Aranhu. Once he arrives, we simply follow him. It is likely that he will lead us back to Taurus.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just received emergency orders from Republic Command and must respond. Gaius can transport to your ship and help you complete the mission. We'll return as soon as we can.
All right. Give him over.
I am detecting some very rare minerals in the system, as well as the presence of protomatter. It is possible that Taurus used the materials here to construct her weapon.
Nobody would be crazy enough to use proto-matter. Give me a break. See, now that we're in the mission proper here. Alright, so, in case you missed that, that is Admiral Jarok's daughter. Once again, that's the kind of continuity and fan service I love. They never actually really shove that into your face. I think once, in one scene, you could talk to her and she specifically calls out her father. But it's just there for anybody paying attention. Some of you may remember the episode in TNG, The Defector. It's an episode that Mr. Red hasn't gotten to yet. It's a very good episode. That's all I'm going to say about it right now, but that's the daughter he sends the message to. And in direct answer to Justin's question, I absolutely think he would be happy that she ended up serving the Republic. And that's... Someone tell Mr. He doesn't have to mute me. I ain't gonna spoil. Let's drift a little bit here. Oh, she could have totally become a Sela. She didn't, and that's awesome. Get some more samples while we're here. It was his sled. No, I'm sorry. Oh my god, there's Riemann ships somewhere. Hi. Can I help you? Oh, I guess I can't help you. Well, enjoy your deaths. Alright, so now they're dead. Let's see, what else we got going on here? I'm a simple man. I see a Riemann, I throw him in the warp core. Okay. It's more of this Tekasite. Tekasite and protomatter, which is used in the creation of the weapon that destroyed the Hobus
As I
system.
suspected, the materials are all here. Our agent located Taurus on planetary fragment Gamma. We should continue our search there.
Okay. Yeah, Asdus' answer is correct. Yes. Keep in mind, some of my weapons, just by their very nature, are agony beams. I'm not even talking about the spinal lance. Just my regular weapons. Now, let's get a scan of this place. Oh, hello. So I love this idea. This is what used to be a chunk of rock, or this chunk of rock, excuse me, used to be a planet. And there's a giant chasmous hole in it, which they have erected a force field around to make it livable. We're being hailed by... yeah, sure, hang on. Okay, hail answered. All the planets in this game are pretty small. Alright, so let's get out of combat so we can answer that hail. Now that we've completely destroyed that warbird. There we go.
Your presence here is a violation of the quarantines established by at least 3 sovereign governments. Explain your purpose.
We're investigating your unauthorized presence in the system. What's your excuse?
I serve the Romulan Star Empire and its true leader, Taurus. That is the only authorization I require.
That's most unfortunate.
The minerals in the planetary fragment will conceal the ship's energy signature. If we hide in the asteroids near it and mask our energy signature, I predict that Aranhu will approach to investigate further and be unable to detect us.
Klingons, Star Empire, Federation.
What happened here? We were attacked by Starfleet saboteurs.
They beat the snot out of us.
Interesting. This is exactly like scenario 2247B. I thought scenario 1849K would be a more likely option. I shall incorporate this data into my modeling projections. Nevertheless, we should now be able to follow Aranhu's trail. He should lead us right to Taurus.
Well, there's a lot of, lesser races that would qualify as part of the Interstellar Council. Like, the Deferi would get involved in that nonsense. You know what's funny, Jaluto, is I actually completely think that anybody who has a ship, like just a decent-sized ship, could say, I am the Emperor now. Bigger army diplomacy. A cloaking Miranda. Well, no, we have to maintain this quarantine to maintain balance. It's the only way to make sure that that terrible tragedy never happens again, is to never study it and never look into it. Let ignorance be our shield. Let's see here. So, this is Iconia. Picking up a large protected shield on the surface. Oh.
Federation ship. I am Commander Shanclado of the Riemann starship Intraku. Your presence here could be considered an act of war. Leave immediately, or we will open fire.
No.
That is unfortunate, Starfleet. Our conflict is not with you. Commander Arahu has charged me with securing this installation at all costs. Praetor Taurus must be allowed to complete her work. And you have already seen too much.
Where is he? Oh, there you are. That's... Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. Let's just get rid of your shields really quick. And let's get rid of the rest.
I took the liberty of accessing the Intraku's systems before it was destroyed. I managed to download the access codes for the planetary shield. I believe we should be able to use them to lower the shield and reach the surface.
Excellent work, Lieutenant. Transmit the codes, please. This is the Lexington. It is the Terran Odyssey. Okay. That thing up top is apparently the giant artillery barrage thing. Artillery? The artillery barrage artillery. That doesn't sound right, but whatever. Yeah, but pod sounds even stupider. Let's call it the artillery barrage cannon. That sounds cooler. It's the artillery barrage murder face. There we go. Gotta get it right. I mean, launcher's accurate, but I mean, oh, there we go. The artillery barrage basilisk.
These are the coordinates for the underground structure we detected. Reading life signs, sir. Multiple Riemans and one Romulan. Our quarry could be just ahead.
You know, I love the random politics of this whole arc. Check this out. We're going after Taurus. Why? Because the Romulan Republic demands vengeance. No, really, let's be clear. That's the reason. That's the core reason. We could tack on other reasons on top of this. We kind of want to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. Her obsession with Iconian tech isn't healthy. But the core reason we're after her is the Republic wants vengeance for what they perceive her to be responsible for in the destruction of Romulus. Cool. So, why are we here? Well, we're in good with the Republic. We have formally, at this point in time, thrown ourselves in with the Republic. We have acknowledged them as a state, and we've defended them against a foreign attack. So, we're trying to maintain good relations with the Republic, so we're here because they want her. The Remans are here because they have no one else. Well, I shouldn't say that. Why do they keep doing that?
How did they find us?
They must have followed me, Praetor. I will deal with them.
No, I need your help with the gateway. Send your guards.
I mean, I don't know how much blame you could really throw at her face for destroying the homeworld, because that was a pretty complicated effect, and honestly, there's a lot of people you could blame for that.
To have been attempting to merge Iconian and Romulan technology, perhaps in an attempt to reactivate the gateway network. We should access that console and attempt to open the door.
Yeah, Hakiv has the bulk of the blame, absolutely. But of course, we're not after Hakiv, we're after Taurus. By the way, just do me a favor and take in the architecture of this place a little bit. There are logs of shipments to and from the Hobus system, as well as schematics for several devices that are similar to recovered Iconian tech. According to the data, there's also stores of Techosite, Decathelium, and Protomatter. These are the same things used in the destruction of the Hobus system.
It has been decades, and I still find Hakiv's betrayal difficult to accept. He is Romulan. Treachery is his heritage, as it is mine. But to go to such lengths, to destroy our world, it is too much to bear, even now. He told me the device would destroy Donatra, and I, like a fool, believed him. And now, those pathetic refugees from the Republic have told the entire quadrant that I am responsible for the destruction of Romulus. They don't understand. We should be allies. We want the same thing. At least my people know the truth. Aranhu is a rock. I find it strange that Remans are now my only companions, but perhaps they understand loyalty more than any of us. I rely on him to help me continue my work. The Iconians can restore all that is lost. I know it. I just need to make them see that I am worthy. The Dark Masters have responded to my pleas for assistance with dread silence. My only recourse is to harness their technology for myself. When I can step through the gateway and meet them as an equal, I am confident that they will turn back time and make everything as it was before. The base in the Hobus system is lost to me, but the quarantine holds. Aranhu can use it as cover to collect the protomatter and bring it back to me. Sela is looking for me. So is the Republic. If only I could make them see I am our people's last hope.
Now, any moron who's never even heard of Star Trek could tell how gone she is in her reasoning and thought process here. All I have to do is step through the gateway as their equal. Remember, the Iconians are gone. They've been gone for hundreds of thousands of years. We'll meet her masters in a bit. We're not there yet. And, she also mentions the Iconians turning back time. Which... So, yeah. She's, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Ahem. And remember what I said yesterday, I believe. Iconian tech can transport across space. They have the Mega Transporter tech. That's it. It's really advanced. It's insanely advanced. But it's a transporter, not a time travel device. You might ask, why are these Remans here and loyal to her? The way they portray this is that these Remans basically had a choice. Well, we've got to be loyal to someone. And she was technically Praetor, and she was only deposed by Sela. So, by the usual rules of command, I mean, who would you rather follow? Sela? Or Taurus?
I have it. What? No! Traitors!
But yeah, there's one other layer to that there. Just the one. So, Taurus. How are things? You see this? This is an Iconian staff. I just wanted you to see an Iconian thing up close and personal right before you surrendered.
Enough. You have won. And in winning, you have doomed the Romulan people.
Blah, blah, blah.
They were not my crimes. I was betrayed by Hakiv, and now those crimes will never be undone. I hope you realize that in stopping me, you have doomed billions of Romulans to remain dead. Now you shall live with that guilt, as I have.
I don't like the dialogue it forces us to say here, which I'm going to read out loud. Even now you deny the truth of your role in the destruction of your people. You were blinded by your lust for power and killed those people as surely as if you pulled the trigger yourself. I don't agree with that. Is she culpable? Yeah, but that's just a little bit too Starfleet for me.
Before we leave, may I suggest we look for evidence of the materials we discovered at Hobus? They will undoubtedly prove vital at Taurus's trial. We should also overload the gateway and make certain it can never be used again.
Why do we keep blowing up gateways? God. And don't give me that "we are not meant for this technology" bullcrap. That's always a stupid argument. Sure, this protomatter appears to come from the Hobus system. Although there are several uses for protomatter, it's often used for explosives. One of these days I need to get that protomatter weapon, even though I probably never will. Yeah, at least study the freaking tech. God. This techicite contains signatures corresponding to the techicite from the Hobus system. No studying! Only blow up! What are we, D&D adventurers? Let's overload the gateway. Greetings! What's funny is I'm pretty sure that's going to be up the entire run. Beautiful rising. So pretty. Oh. I mean, it is very Starfleet. It is very Federation. To be like, yeah, no, we won't study Iconian tech. Why not? Oh, you were expecting an answer. Prime Directive prohibits us from studying advanced technology. The Dead Pink Girls Directive demands that we don't get any, that we don't have any shortcuts in life. Now, let's continue developing our anti-Borg weaponry based on the Borg tech brought back from the future by Admiral Janeway. Wow, this is taking a minute. What are you doing, game? Well, now if you think about it, hang on. The Iconians don't have a world. So, you know. I mean, in the interest of fairness, the Federation has a vested interest in not being a dominating galactic power. So it makes a bit of sense that they only have their technological shoves forward during times when they have to. Look at the tech of Starfleet at the beginning of TNG versus the end of Deep Space Nine. That's a space of about 9 years? No, I think it's more like 11 years, sorry. They lunge forward in those 11 years. Now, obviously, there's some real-life reasons for that. But let's be honest, the reason for that is the Borg, the Dominion. 70 years of didn't lead to much, by contrast. Oh, I guarantee you with total certainty that Section 31 not only has a cloaking device, but that it's a really good one. Okay, what the crap is going on? What am I loading that's taking this long? Let's make a ship whose job it is to destroy things. And they made the Defiant, arguably the first escort ship in the entirety of Starfleet history. Yeah, let's just all do 4. This is just... Yeah. Moving on. Moving on. I do like the idea of a Sonic XCOM game, Umbral Magnus, but the thing is, I like the idea of an everything XCOM game. I like the idea of a Star Trek XCOM game. I like the idea of a Star Wars XCOM game. I like the idea of a Mario XCOM game. Oh, wait. I like the idea of a Final Fantasy XCOM game. Alright, beam me up to my ship. Hey, we're here. Jesus. Tarsus in the brig. Evidence has been found. Let's just get out of here. Mass Effect XCOM game. Dragon Age XCOM game. Romulan XCOM game. Oh my god, it's Seela's ship. Let me get right behind you. No reason, really. I just want to be right here. Let me get my fighters out. And yes, that was the joke, Rasalisu. Although, a Mario XCOM game with the rabbits removed from it would probably be an extremely good game. An XCOM game. I'm dead serious, though. It would be easier to name a setting... excuse me. It would be harder to name a setting that couldn't use an XCOM-style game than one that can. By the way, my actual best pick would be my setting. I would love an extant XCOM game. Set either on Primus or just somewhere within the extant. Hang on, we're about to be ambushed by that ship right in front of us, Evo.
How nice to see you again. I feel like we are becoming old friends. I will admit that your previous attempts to thwart my plans have been irritating, but your actions today have more than made up for those petty annoyances. Taris still has her loyalists among my people. An open move against her would have been a distraction from my greater plans.
You realize I don't work for you, right?
But you played the pawn perfectly. I could not have asked for a more obedient tool. Now, if you will transport Taris to my ship, we can avoid any unpleasantness.
You realize that I have other places to take her, to people I'm actually loyal to, right? So...
The Lisette informed us that you might need some assistance with the prisoner transport. Good thing we brought some backup.
Thanks, Captain Sean. I like how it doesn't list it as the Enterprise over there, just Odyssey Dreadnought.
Taurus is wanted by the Romulan Star Empire for high treason and war crimes against the Romulan people. The Empire is the legitimate government of the Romulan people, and I demand you turn this terrorist over for trial and punishment.
So, I can actually give several options here. I want to make the third one. Check this out. Oh, you're right. That's the Belfast. My bad. Where are we at in the timeline right now? Jesus. Anyways, turn her over for a sham trial and swift execution? Sorry, Sela, but the Federation has an ancient ideal we call due process. But actually, what I prefer is this answer. Taurus's actions did not just impact Romulus and Romulan worlds. Her alleged crimes were against the entire quadrant. You will be welcome to attend and even testify, or perhaps we could establish an interplanetary tribunal of those impacted by the supernova. But for right now, she is in Starfleet custody.
You are a disappointment. Nevertheless, you did remove Taurus from the game, and for that I am grateful. Consider your decisions more carefully the next time we meet. I can be a powerful ally, or I can be your worst enemy.
You are the epitome of generosity, Empress Sela.
Prisoner transfer successful. Taurus is safely secured in the brig. We can take it from here. One more thing. We're detecting some unusual energy residue from the surface. Our databases identify it as Iconian.
Yeah, we dealt with it. Don't worry. We blew it up as per Starfleet's typical policy for dealing with Iconian tech. I'm not joking. That's 4 times now we've blown up Iconian tech, canonically.
Do you have any idea where they went?
Yeah, some Remans went through the portal. Sorry. They went to some kind of Romulan station, which is actually a lie. They went to Starfleet ESD and Kronos, but let's ignore that because that's a graphics bug. Lisette is decloaking right on top of it. Lady, personal space.
Looks like we missed all the excitement, but I have been monitoring
Look at
your
this.
progress. On behalf of the Romulan Republic, I would like to thank you and your crew for your assistance. I am confident that the Federation will provide more than adequate security for Taurus until her trial can be arranged. You can transport Gaius back to the Lisette as soon as you are ready.
Like, seriously. In interstellar terms, this is us, like, smooshed up against each other. Let's get out of here. Like, you know, you're on the subway and you're, like, shoulder to shoulder with the other people on the subway. That's what we just did in interstellar terms. Or in space terms, however you want to think of that. Oh,
We
God.
have much to consider. If the destruction of the Romulan homeworld was a deliberate act, not only was it mass murder, but that one event has been a major cause of the destabilization of the quadrant over the past 40 years, not to mention the light that it casts on the internal struggles of the Romulan people. This one horrible act set off a chain of reactions that could change the galaxy forever. We must know who did this and why. The interrogation of Taurus will no doubt lead to many truths. But I am troubled by these Remans. Why did they turn on Taurus? And where did they go?
I wouldn't worry
I
about
have
it.
new missions for you.
It's fine. It's fine. Correct. Okay. I mean, well, yeah, let's just stay quiet about that. Hey, so, who's ready for the Vault?
The Romulans had a base known as the Vault that they used for research into Borg technology. This facility was abandoned in the chaos after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, but intelligence suggests that the work there was far enough along that it was used to retrofit Nero's ship before it disappeared along with Ambassador Spock's vessel in the Hobus system. Long-range sensors have detected energy spikes in the Halcona system, and Starfleet intelligence believes that someone is bringing the Vault back online. We need to know who, and more importantly, we need to know if there is still Borg technology or restricted weaponry on that base. I need you to proceed immediately to the Hakona system and investigate the vault. Engage if you must, but I would prefer if you could gather the information we need without conflict.
How about if I take a shuttle instead of my death machine ship? That sound like a good idea. Oh, Jesus Christ, really? It's a very Starfleet idea. I'll agree with that. Chop this off the list. Sorry. This is another one of those we might skip it missions, by the way. Depends on something I'm not actually 100% sure about. We'll see. Oh god, old Starbase layouts. Yep, nope, I'm going the right way. Flaghand's like, you're going the wrong way! It's okay, I'll make it work, Flaghand. I just have to reach this door. And then all the secret... Shoot, that led to nothing! No! Speaking of which, refine some dilithium. Refine some dilithium. Oh god, my refine button isn't working! No! You cursed me. Why would you curse me? Get a shuttle with a cloak. I don't think I actually have a cloak console. I don't, Evo, truth be told. We're a little bit further behind than I sort of thought we would be. Hey, I've got a new car tribble there. But, that's because I'm on the wrong thing. Wrong thing again. There we go. That's because the old stuff took much longer than I thought. Thankfully, we're, you know, kind of past all the sloggy stuff. We're not yet, because we're about to do several shuttle missions, which are sloggy. So we're not there yet. I've got the Voth phase decoy. That might work. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Where is that thing? Let's put that on there. Yeah, so the Vault is pretty dumb on several levels. No, I've never actually gotten a Defiant of any type, Reggie. I'm not big into escorts. The only escort I've ever liked was a Raider. But yeah, the Vault kind of sucks, and there's actually 2 TFOs for the Vault, or 1 TFO and 1 mission. I forget how it lays out, but the point is, the Vault sucks. Are you who I'm going towards? Nope. Okay. Starting to see some lighting issues, as you do. The Vault's also stupid from a narrative perspective. Yes, okay. Because... picture the timeline here, okay? Alright, the Hobus supernova is exploding. And, oh my god, Spock's got to, you know, to stop it from exploding. Oh, here we go. Why was that not... So we got Spock's trying to stop it from exploding. But meanwhile, there's this super station, which is the size of a frickin' moon, that the Romulans have been using to study Borg tech, which they use to refit a mining vessel with Borg technology, turning it into the Narada. And then they have time to do that while/before the station's exploding, which means that the Romulan Star Empire, which was still functional at that point in time, sorry, the star exploding. So the Romulan Star Empire was okay with retrofitting the Narada before they stopped existing, and then they go after Spock and fall into the wormhole and fall past it. The timeline doesn't work at all. The sequence of events is completely off. Who am I talking to? DeSoto. Which of you yahoos is DeSoto?
In order to avoid drawing too much attention, you need to fly under the radar, so to speak. Admiral Tanay has authorized the requisition of a shuttlecraft for you. You can fulfill the requisition in the shipyard. Once you're ready, take the shuttlecraft out to the Hakona system. If you have a runabout fighter or other such craft available, feel free to use it, but do not approach the system in a starship. We want to avoid the notice of whoever's in the vault. A shuttle will also be able to dock with the vault and explore the interior.
Uh-huh.
Any questions?
No.
Very well. Remember, you must use
Shut
a
up.
shuttlecraft, runabout, fighter,
Yep.
or similar
Yep.
small
Yep.
operations
Yep.
craft to
Yep.
undertake
Yep.
this mission. We need on-site intel for Vault. Starfleet.
Oh my god, he's still talking to me. Get me out of here. God damn it. Yeah, we're not quite done with annoying missions. Or I guess I should say slow missions. Oh, whatever. Time to infiltrate. Don't worry, they'll never see me coming.
Obviously, this station isn't as abandoned as Intel suspected. Sensors are reading several Riemann ships in the area, and that's just the ones that we can spot. That station is immense. It must have taken an incredible amount of manpower and technology to build it. It's almost the size of a small moon.
Yep, and they did that while their planet was in danger of being blown up.
Sensors are reading a sophisticated tachyon detection network, as well as several patrolling vessels. For an abandoned station, this facility certainly has a lot of activity. My people are experts at stealth technology. If we want to approach unseen, we must avoid confrontation and find a way to evade or jam their sensor grid. We must assume that if we engage the ships here, they'll notify whoever is left on the station, and it may become difficult to find an entry point.
So...
This asteroid is unusually large, and it's clearly been mined. It was probably used for raw construction materials, like most of the debris here. This particular asteroid contains pergium, titanium, and uranium. It was probably tractored from a nearby system and brought here to construct hull components and power systems. We could probably cut a piece from the asteroid with our weapons for further analysis.
To answer your question, Evo, is it deliberate that it's screwing up? Not really. But is it... It's just the camera is set to a certain thing, and it doesn't take ships being too big, so that's what's happening. You should see it when I'm on my actually large ships.
Looks like the fragment has picked up a bit of residual energy from our weapon burst. It'll be radiating energy for a while. Other than that, it's just a rock.
Well, that was a good use of my time then. I'm glad we did that. Yeah, by the way, this is a sneaking mission in space with no cloak, which makes so little sense. I don't even know where to begin with that.
To our presence.
Oh, and we've been detected. That was fast. Yeah, the jellyfish. Ugh.
Indications are that this vessel was refitted for asteroid mining. Apparently, a containment failure in the engine core led to a massive radiation surge. The engine went into emergency shutdown, but all of the couplings and injectors were burned out. The crew probably died due to instant radiation burns. It looks like the vessel was stripped for parts and left derelict. Although the vessel's engine core is a total loss, some of the backup computer systems were left intact. This vessel was used to deploy some of the tachyon detection satellites around the vault. There's a copy of the network algorithm in the computer memory. If we put the tachyon satellites along the final meridian into maintenance mode, we can create a gap in the detection grid that will let us slip through.
Cool.
If we can get close to the base without passing through the detection grid, we should be able to put a satellite into maintenance mode. Then that will give us a gap.
Lady?
To slip into the station
Lady, could you...
itself, undetected.
Could you talk a little faster, please? Apparently not. I like the idea that she was just casually talking about that, you know, while we were being destroyed. Like, yeah, no. We'll put the minutes. And death.
Looks like they left this satellite as a communications booster for their short-range worker shuttles. Unfortunately, it's heavily encrypted. We could use this to boost our own communications, but that doesn't seem to offer any way in to the station itself. The Remans are all over this system. If we start a fight with one of the ships, we'll probably have to fight them all. And there's no telling how many are cloaked here. We have a number of possible options to explore.
Let's just ram the sucker at full tilt.
All of the construction work out here must have required the use of a lot of worker shuttles and a communication booster. We might be able to dig up some information about the station's communication network, if we can find a subspace relay satellite.
By the way, as usual, the scale of this game, because of limitations, that's not how big the vault is. I mean, that looks pretty big because that's the size of a city. The vault's actually bigger than that.
The Remans are all over this system. If we start a fight with one of the ships, perimeter, we'll probably have to fight them all. If we're detected by it, that will definitely alert the Remans. Cloaked here. We have a number of possible options to explore. Sensors are reading a small derelict worker ship. The Remans are all over the material. The Remans are all over this system. If we start a fight with one of the ships, we'll probably have to fight them all.
Let me? Oh, I gotta go.
No telling how many are cloaked here. We have a number of...
Yeah, the vault is actually ridiculous, and this is a game that includes the Voth Fortress ship. Which, I know I've referenced a few times, and I apologize for effectively giving it away, but trust me when I say that the Voth Fortress ship is redunculous. Is it up? Down? Where is this stupid thing? Ah, there it is. There kind of is, yes, Evo. So let's do it. Let's do the thing with the derelict ship. Let's go. Is this a bug? Do I need to restart the mission? I need to restart the mission, don't I? Where's the satellite? There it is. Don't mind me, just picking it up physically, manually. There we go. Nope, still no interaction with the satellite. Okay. Well, you know what? I know we brought a shuttle mission because this is a sneaking mission, but let's just charge in, shall we? Go! Resistance is futile. In we go. Alright, now what? Oh my god! That's...
Picking up some unusual energy readings. We'll need to explore the accessible interior areas and see what we can find. Looks like there's another access conduit across from us. We'll have to think three-dimensionally in here. Sensor readings are also picking up a few scattered life signs.
This is a little better example of how big the vault is. Little bit. You can kind of get an idea for the size of this stupid thing. It's not at V'ger level, but...
We've tripped some security systems. The doors are a massive set of interior bulkhead doors. They're segmenting the different parts of the base. Possibly a safety measure in case something went wrong in one of the central areas. Access appears to be controlled by use of security keys. We can disable it if we can find a code block that matches part of a security key. The security key is on a rotation. Each code block matches a piece of one key. Key in the appropriate code when the rotation matches to it. Trying a code on the wrong rotation will probably invalidate that code, so be careful with the timing.
Ugh. Can I just blow a hole in the door? I've got freaking Borg weapons on. Literally, I do, actually. I mean, this is pretty much a Borged up shuttle right here. Please ignore the hypocrisy. So how many people could this station hold? How many people are on the Death Star? I think that's a good metric for how, you know, many people could be in this stupid place. Is it up? It's up. There it is. Up, 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 up. Can't go directly up, of course.
Microgravity storage containers. Since this interior space has no artificial gravity, they're just left to float here. There's an assortment of construction materials and personal effects, including a personal access code key, 0668.
Real quick, this is the dumbest way to possibly leave cargo, at least fragile cargo. Like, even if there's no gravity in here, first of all, it's not how that works, but second of all, this stuff is just going to slowly roam and bonk and spread out and be hard to find later and just cause all kinds of issues. I know it's a minor thing to complain about, but really, people? Really? Going down? Is it up? God, I can't tell. That's got to be up, then. Oh, up. Get stuck on the terrain. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. And then go up. Nope, hang on. Stuck on more terrain. Now up. Up. Nope, now it's down. Down. Move the camera out a little bit. Up, too far. Where is this stupid thing? Yeah, they could literally just have straps. Just there, it's on the wall. Even that has its issues, but you know. Anyway, you see all those windows?
The security node for this block of empty residences includes a code key, block 9904. I'm reading life signs in some of these living quarters. Interesting.
Who are you and what do you want? What are you doing here? I'm investigating dangerous energy readings. There's nothing left here, just a giant derelict. It would be best if you left before you find yourself in the middle of something terrible. If this is derelict, why are there people here? While the military may still be strong, no it isn't, survivors from the death of our homeworld are still recovering. Those with powerful allies have fled to more secure colony planets, but common people, like me, have to make do with what we can. So we decided to move into a Death Star-sized, Borg-enhanced superstation. So, what would you have of me? I'm scavenging a living here, and things are worse since the Remans arrived. They kill us wherever they find us. We can provide a shield generator, provisions, and medical supplies. Which I don't have, apparently. Hang on, what? Hold up. Shield generator, provisions, and medical supplies. Hang on, let me go to my replicator. I'm not actually joking. So, medical supplies, provisions, and a shield generator. There you go. Hey, I got your crap. This research, this is plate made for Borg tech. Yeah, I got it, thanks. Thanks for the info. Go away. You know, that's a good point. They don't even have their own... No, they do have their own planet now. New Romulus is settled. You'd think we could tell her about New Romulus, but no. I will admit I like the idea of the vault in gameplay. I just really don't like...
Security key is on a... That's it. Well done.
the reality
We
of it.
should be able to bypass the system and gain access now.
If you're paying attention, the way this is constructed is very similar to the fortress. And the fortress does this whole thing much better. So, also, at least one of the reasons the fortress is better is in the fortress, we're in our ship. And not, a freaking shuttle. Oh my god! Leave me alone! Don't you love tractor beam turrets? I mean, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't make it any less irritating. Yeah, that looks safe.
Above us, that's a Borg sphere. The Tal Shiar must have used this base as a storage facility and research area for Borg technology.
Just a Borg sphere inside your space station.
Electrical discharges, probably from ionization leaking from the sphere and research nodes. We should be cautious about flying too close to them.
No, I don't know why the sphere is so green.
The Borg sphere is dormant, like it's been put to sleep. It's not the source of the strange readings that long-range scans detected. Looks like the sphere's hooked into part of the local systems network. We should be able to exit through the other doors now. Probably a safety precaution to keep them locked.
Spheres are decently big. But not that big. That's kind of a bugged out graphic. It shouldn't be glowing green either. Oh, would you? You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So that's Intel and Spirit, right? So, no, that's Jack. How do I... Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh my god, that's all he knows. Hang on. It's universal, it's okay. But what I really want... Spirit might have it? Hang on. Yep, he has. There we go. Much better, much better. Let's get something actually useful here, shall we?
Quiet
Get
in
a good
this
nap,
area.
Evo.
Too quiet.
It's a trap! Oh no, it's a Thaleron reactor because...
This is disturbing. We're looking at a facility used to build Thaleron weapons. If the Remans have infiltrated this base, they may be trying to secure those weapons.
Ah, so our intruder finally arrives at the heart of the matter. Have you seen all that you came to see, little spy?
Man, I'm sure glad we came here with shuttles so we could be undetected and infiltrate.
Does it really matter? Call me Obasek, if a name is that important to you.
Hi, Obasek. What are you doing here?
That should be obvious. I intend to make use of this station to further my agenda. Your presence, however, is a bit more... curious. I expect that you are operating under the shroud of Empress Sela, whether you realize it or not.
I suspect neither of us is supposed to be here.
Never rely on the noble intentions of spies and thieves, Captain. And you and I are either one or the other.
Well, since we are on the same footing, the least we can do is show each other courtesy.
I appreciate your level-headedness in an unfortunate situation. As you must have surmised, though, I have already located the Thaleron weapons that I need. One of my ships has completed transporting them, and soon we shall make our first strike against the Romulans in our war for liberation. Sadly, we cannot trust any outside powers to ally with us. Our freedom must be won by our own hands.
Okay, so, everything you just said is stupid. Let's go down the list, shall we? Hang on, before we do that. So, the Federation has always promoted freedom. Also, the Romulan Republic is right over there.
Your honesty under pressure is refreshing. Lesser beings would be scheming to learn my plans or begging for mercy. Your intellect and discretion do you credit.
Thank you, but your use of Thaleron weapons will have lasting repercussions.
I will deal with the future when it arrives. For me, there is no tomorrow until my people are free. However, I respect your commitment to your position. It's a shame we are at cross purposes.
I am afraid our time is at an end. My associates have already finished loading the Thaleron weapons that we need, and I have other operations to manage. I think we both know what happens now. May your death be quick and valorous.
Cool. Now, the funny thing is, we don't actually have to fight on our way out. Which is good, because we're not going to. Okay. Oh, right, I gotta hit the door. I forgot about that stuff. Yeah, imagine if we had done this mission in our ship. Shuttles aren't that small. Did you not? Really, Ross? Well, congratulations. And I hope you're still enjoying the Mario run, because that's honestly one of the better runs I've ever done. That was a fascinating game to discuss. A lot of fun, too. So there's a Mokai up there. Usually, me and my friend like to kill that Mokai, but killing a Mokai in a shuttle kinda sucks. I know, shocking. So we're not gonna try for that.
Blast the door locks.
What do you think I've been doing? It lets me target them? There we go. And we're gonna stealth out of here. Me. That's a good question, Savicom. Is your name a reference to Savik? Sorry, I shouldn't find that as funny as I do. And we're out. I said, and we're out. Oh my god. Yeah, Savicom secretly married Leonard Nimoy. At least that's what my fanfiction says. I mean, I'm not into guys, and I'd probably marry Leonard Nimoy. That man's awesome.
We must stop Obisek's ship. They cannot be allowed to possess Thaleron weapons. We can use the subspace booster satellite outside the station to send a message to Starfleet as soon as we're clear of the interior. But Obisek's warship will almost certainly attack us when we do. We'll have to survive long enough for reinforcements to arrive.
Yeah, I think we all know the best actress to play Savik is Kim Cattrall.
Reinforcements have arrived and are just past that nebula. We don't have much time. We need to meet with our allies and stop that ship.
Okay.
USS Laza is signaling us. They're going to engage the Riemann ship, but they want us to take care of the fighters and plasma torpedoes. We are now in the micronebula.
At least we're not fighting a Deuteridex in a shuttle. That would be a little bit silly. I'll credit the mission for that. We're not going to fight a Deuteridex because I'm insane, but, you know. Ow. That actually hurt.
That was quite an explosion. Probably from the Thaleron weapons carried aboard the ship. We're going to leave the system under high warp to draw off any reinforcements that might come looking. Suggest you return to Federation space.
Okay. Are you gonna let... There we go. I mean, I'm biased towards the actress in 2, because 2 is a better film. I only gave that one negative. It's not that bad, and honestly, the biggest problem is the verticality issue. Do I have to? So I could call in. I mean, okay, that's fair, Savicom. Star Trek 2 is an objectively better film than Star Trek 3, but subjectively, there's plenty of ways to like 3 over 2. I mean, I like 6 more than 2, and 2 is objectively a better film than 6. Like, 6 is a pretty flawed film, but God, I love it to death. Oh, I love the aesthetic of 6. The set design, the camera usage, the lighting usage. 6 looks gorgeous. Probably the best looking Star Trek film for me, period, across the entire gamut. Now that's purely personal preference, but God, they nailed it visually.
I've taken a preliminary look at your logs, and it seems that things went a bit unexpectedly.
Really?
I have a feeling this isn't the last time we'll be seeing the vault. The Riemann commander you encountered is definitely a major player in the disintegration of the Romulan Star Empire. I'm going to send the information you gathered about him over to an old colleague of mine, Dr. Maximilian Peters, for analysis. If this Riemann is a leader in their separatist movement, we'll have to deal with him again. And hopefully, Dr. Peters can work up a psychological profile for him, and a sociological analysis of the separatists. Our next step will be to decode the signal intelligence and go through any remnants left from the ship that was destroyed near the vault. Now that we know that the Riemanns were hoping to use Thaleron weapons, we need to figure out their target location. Right now, Starfleet knows far too little about a civil war in the making, but it'll take time to sift through all of the data. Keep in touch. Starfleet will notify you when we have a lead. Oh, and thanks for the good work.
Sure.
Excellent work. We need to learn more about the conflict between Obasek and the Romulans. Sila's forces may indeed be hounding the Remans, but the use of Thaleron weapons is unacceptable. Not even the Klingons or the Breen will stoop to such barbarism. Starfleet intelligence will be working to decode the list of possible targets you acquired from the base's databanks. The next step may be to investigate these sites and find out why the Remans want to destroy them.
I have new missions for you.
Hold up. Let me double check something. Yep, that's what I thought. So, before we actually move on... Who wants to do 2 TFOs with me? One of which... involves shuttles, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think the other one... In fact, I'm almost positive the other one is not a shuttle mission. Because I used to do it all the time. But I know the one of them is a shuttle mission. There's actually a couple of flaws in Star Trek 2. As opposed to Star Trek 6, which has more like 15 flaws. So yeah, anybody wants to do the shuttle mission? Let's just get that out of the way. Let's just do that and get that done. Anybody wants to do the shuttle TFO? Poke at me. We'll meet on Nukara. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I thought, Worker. So we're doing the shuttle vault mission first. Then we'll do the non-stupid one. Still kind of stupid, but you know, it's not as stupid at least. Let's see if I can warp to Jerzana today. Nope. That's okay. Give y'all a minute to get in there. I'm going to get Justin in. He hasn't been able to join us for a minute. You know what I like about the Odyssey? The Odyssey has a unique thing where it can be in Slipstream forever if you do it right. So most ships, Slipstream lasts like, I want to say 30 seconds and has like a 60 to 90 second cooldown depending. Odyssey Slipstreams last 90 seconds. And I don't even remember what the cooldown is. I guess it doesn't matter. It's less than that. So, unless you cut it off early, you can just stay in Slipstream. Just go. Just go. I think there's a couple other ships with this particular thing, but I know the Odysseys have this little quirk. So I don't mind going across sector space all that much in this ship. As I say, I know some Miracle Workers ships do this. Obviously, this isn't a Miracle Worker ship, but, you know, some of that have it. And yeah, I was going to say, I think several legendaries have this particular feature, too. Actually, I guess this is a Miracle Worker ship. Never mind. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so we'll get you in. Join me. And like I said, we're going to save a spot for Justin. What is my EV suit? Oh, I don't have one? Oh, it's because it's on him. Well, here, I might as well put on my actual EV suit. So I have some armor, because we're going to need that later. Let's just put on my armored suit here. But yeah, a kilometer ship, I know that science fiction likes to make gargantuan ships, but a kilometer is really big for a ship. An EV suit, it's just a bunch of EVs that are, like, laying around on you like cats, you know? Yeah, for a bit of perspective, an Imperial Star Destroyer, which I remind you is a colossally huge dreadnought, is 1.6 kilometers long. And as I've said many times, to me, that's sort of the cap on ship size. I don't mind an ISD. In fact, I love an ISD. But an ISD should be colossally huge. Like, that should be the high end. Whereas in Star Wars, that's actually more like the middle end, which is ridiculous. Now, I know that's shocking. I know it's shocking to think that I actually like Imperial Star Destroyers, since I have 2 of them right here on my shelf. I mean, it's just, look, what do you want from me, okay? This thing is just such a beautiful ship. Look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it, it's so pretty. I've always loved the wedge design in general. So, that's part of that. Come on. There we go. Oh, someone else is here. Whoever you are. Who's Vorez? Is Vorez one of us? I don't know names. I need help. I don't want to invite randos again. Okay. Invite. So I need one more person. Justin's on his way, but we do need one more slot. Yeah, if you really need to know how big this ship is, you see that tiny square on the bottom side of this? This is big enough to fit other ships inside of it. Not a lot of other ships. Just other ships. Yeah, no, it's a mobile starbase. Again, I'm okay with that as long as that's the Dreadnought, right? Like, that's the biggin. Honestly, I've been thinking about it for the Star Wars rewrite. I might shrink a lot of ships down and make them a little bit more reasonable. You could still have a Star Destroyer be 500 meters long and it's still death, right? And the SSD? That thing definitely needs to be shrunk. I love that ship, but holy crap. Justin, what's your character, real quick? Shran in the Solonite suit, which is that one. Oop. I need one more. What's the ship length limit? 7 million miles. Because that would be silly. A little bit silly. Is anyone else showing up for the shuttle one? Because if not, we'll go ahead and just try it as is. And yeah. Biggest ship in fiction? Oh, there's something ridiculous from some random sci-fi thing that most people probably never even heard of. Hang on. What is that stupid thing? I mean, there is the GOG ship in Andromeda, which is insanity. But no, there's something that's like a superstructure, specifically. I guess that isn't really a ship, so that's cheating. See, I guess Magog's world ship probably qualifies. What is it? Well, it's a bunch of worlds slapped together with stuff to make it into a ship. It's... Look, Andromeda got stupid by the end there, okay? What do you want from me? That was before it got really stupid, too. That's the sad part. Yeah, it's also... it's a star in the middle of that thing. Warhammer 40k is also much bigger than it looks. Like, if you look at Warhammer 40k ships, they don't look as large as they are because of the scale, because of the way they do their attention to detail. Warhammer 40k ships are colossally huge. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see if I can find some numbers. Here we go. So yeah, for example, one of the typical cathedral ships is 5 clicks long. That's the Retribution class, specifically. From the Bloodhawks. Thank you for being a part of my show, Dragon's Hunter. I will put that towards XCOM, too. Yeah, a 1 kilometer ship in Warhammer 40k is like a little frigate. Or an escort. Let's see... Dragons, Hunter. 1 click is 1 kilometer, Reggie. If you wonder how much a kilometer is in miles, I'm going to have to Google that. Because I forget the exact number. .6. 1.60934, but 1.6 is the relevant one. So, I think this is all we're getting. So let's try this, shall we? Let me make sure I queue for the right one, which is all the way at the bottom. Vorez cannot queue for the Vault Shuttle event because class requirements not met. What? Do you have a shuttle? I'll just chill for a second. I'll just chill. Hi, Dream Whisperer. I mean, you're already in the group, so you can whatever. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Dream Whisperer. Oh, excuse me. Yawn attack. Always appreciate you. I'll put that towards lower decks. I mean, the Acclimator's neat, but the Venator, that thing is a pretty ship. I love that thing. It's ridiculous in stats, but that's okay. We can fix that in the rewrite. What's mine? Oh yeah, the Blackjack. Bonus points if you even know why I called it the Blackjack. Am I the only one amused that we use Nukara as a gathering spot? I mean, it makes sense from a gameplay perspective, but, like, think in lore. Alright, everyone, let's go to Nukara to meet up. But, okay. And yes, that is actually specifically an FF6 reference. I don't often name my ships after stuff from Final Fantasy, but there are 2 exceptions to that. The Atma and the Blackjack. There we go. Now I'm picturing a ship management sim set in Star Wars. You go through like a whole camp. It would probably be structured like a city management sim, but very scenario-based, right? Like you're going through like a mission, a campaign. You don't really control the ship. And we lost Justin. Justin's gone! You don't really control the ship directly. You don't actually control like the battles or the missions you're sent to. Instead, you make sure the ship is set up properly, right? It's like, okay, you go here, you build this here, you customize this here, allocate more resources to the fighter craft. They're going to be needed in the future. This thing needs repairs. We only have this many resources, so we have to allocate resources here. The energy, and we balance like how much energy is being outputted at a given point, you know. That's... They really don't want us to do this mission. What's that? Oh, it's Warp Core. Hi, Warp Core. Okay, we've got a shuttle. Do you have a shuttle, Warp Core? Join us, Warp Core. Okay. And now we just gotta wait for Justin to come back from his computer rebooting. Not that Evo's here, but stuff like this is why I'm not sure when we're going to be finished with STO. It's not the planned stuff or the missions that really pad out the MMOs. No, no, no. It's just standing around trying to get a group together for a shuttle mission. The good news is, I believe this is the last shuttle mission. Excuse me. I think this is the last shuttle TFO. Yep, I'm right. There's one more no, I don't think there is. Is there even another shuttle mission after this point? This might be it. Like, this might be the end of shuttle stuff. Because we already did the ground one. Man, they gave up on shuttles fast, didn't they? Which they should have. That's the April 1st dance. Wow. April 1st contact day. What do I have? Do I have any dances? Oh, really? I have very few dances. I do have the Ferengi dance. Well, then first thing Darth Vader would do, it would be destroy the hell out of the Sarlacc. Yep, this is the crazed gerbil. You notice these are the same poses from the last outpost. Yeah, we gotta do the floss. Gotta floss. That's what modern people do. Okay. We're waiting on Justin anyways. I don't see flossing. What's it called? We can high roll. Cupid. Well, thank God I don't have it. I've got the... What is this? Yeah, look. Good uniform. Ah, not as good uniform. Yeah, you don't need a shuttle. It's fine. I mean, let's be honest. How often do you need a shuttle? It's why I asked specifically, how many people want to be part of a shuttle mission? Because, you know, someone's fighting, like, just down there. That's what's going on. Which EV suit is that, by the way, Flygant? I recognize the Solanae one, and obviously I've got the default one. I don't recognize yours. And there's the TOS one. That's the light. Oh, I guess I have that one somewhere. Give us a second, Bragwin. I really do want Justin to be able to join us, because he just hasn't been able to for a bit. But I'll grab you for the next one, okay, Bragwin? Because we got a TFL right after this. Meanwhile, Justin's computer is like, I refuse! I refuse to do that terrible mission. That mission sucks. How often does Trek use these suits? Twice? I'm gonna go with twice. Twice. Once in First Contact, and once in... That's a different suit, too. And once over in, the Tholian incident, I think, was the other one. Oh, is that... That's not Shran. Damn it! That's still not Shran. There's no Shran! Oh. We gotta get pumped for the upcoming mission. Do I have the T emote? I don't really collect emotes, because I don't really do emotes. I exile. Ha! I exile you for drinking tea. What else we got here? What is this? Yep. Listen, I need to lose some weight, so this actually doesn't work for losing weight, but, you know, people like to think it does. Stovokor. What is that? Oops. I do not have tea. I do have Vulcan meditation. Yeah, you need to lose weight, just turn off the gravity, it's fine. God damn, this is taking a long time. Sorry, just... Ah! On the plus side, if we didn't have, you know, a fifth person, it would probably take this long anyways. Okay, quick. Bolt. Shuttle event. Go! Quick! Yes. Cover everything with our particles of rainbow. I'm protected underneath this walker. Oh no, stand still. Okay, I am defended. No one will get me under here. Okay, so the vault. How many of you have ever even done this mission before? Admiral, this is Obasek, by the way. The Tal Shiar have sent a fleet to drive my people out of the vault. We managed to evacuate the civilians, and I've sent Zdenia on a portion of our fleet to protect them. Other Riemann vessels are attacking the Romulans in an attempt to draw off as many of their forces as we can. If we're to reclaim the vault, we must strike now and be quick. I need a small force to protect our ship while we infiltrate the vault. Our goal, to reach the Thaleron projector chamber. If we control that, the Tal Shiar will be forced to retreat. We'll need to defeat the forces inside while the crew overrides the security lock. Because you need to leave your main vessel behind, we may need additional support. Why? Anyways, your government has afforded us the use of prototype nanobots that can repair my ship if we start to take too much damage. The nanobots are under your control. Use them wisely. Yeah, by the way, I've only done this mission
to force the Romulans to retreat.
Once, prior to today. This will be the second time I've ever done this. And the last.
Romulans have changed the command codes. We'll need to override them. Initiating decryption sequence.
So, while we're doing this rather boring mission, some of you know that I occasionally watch YouTube videos
Reroute power at Junction 32
on my phone. In the 1 or 2 minutes I occasionally have to myself, right? So I'm watching some random video, and then an ad pops up. It's an ad for... I'm going to make up names because it doesn't freaking matter. It's an ad for Bob. Bob is horrible. Destructive. He's destroying everything.
We must make
You must vote against Bob. And then the second ad, because there's always 2 ads, right? The second ad that loads immediately after that. Bob 2 is horrible, terrible, and ruins everything. All Bob 2 does is spit on puppies and kick them. Do not vote for Bob 2. Literally back to back. And I want to stress, they were actually... It's not just the fact that they were against each other. It was literally... Like, I'm explaining this wrong. It was specifically the 2 opponents in one specific race for one specific position.
Ship hull is at 80%.
Yeah, and they not only had identical complaints to each other, mostly, but also the fact that they were directly competitors for the same job and the same thing. It's just like, I guess that's one way to be fair, is to play both of their nonsense ads. I mean, I'll vote for Bob. That boy, he needs help, you know? All those spikes. We need to get him off his spike addiction. Wrong button. Oh, I'm completely with you, Savacom. Real talk, like, you know, I'm going to conquer the world, right? But then I'm going to allow local elections for local leaders because I'm not an idiot. So, one of the rules is going to be you can't do those kind of ad campaigns anymore. Ignoring the fact that it's extremely misleading and deceptive, there's also the fact that it actually gets rid of the whole point of voting. If you are making a decision based on a lack of information, or incorrect or misleading information, you're not voting, you're picking randomly. Oh, we need to reroute power. God dang it, I didn't even see that. That's my bad.
Power has been rerouted at Junction 89.
My bad, sorry.
We cannot continue this fight much longer.
Suck less then, Jesus. I mean, it's one of the reasons, I don't want to get too polemic, but it's one of the reasons people tend to vote blue or red. Because they don't know the actual issues, they don't know the actual stances, and they don't know who they're actually voting for. So instead, they vote for red or blue. Because at that point, the only decision is what color are they. And yeah, I'm
ship at the reactor core.
I'm a big proponent of informed voting. I am. I actually like the concept of voting as a practice. I think the first past the post system is the stupidest system in the universe. That's neither here nor there. But informed voting, absolutely. I believe that was a primary Mike D'Amato. I'm not actually sure. I wasn't really paying that much attention, because why would I be? Yeah, I say without hyperbole that first past the post might be the worst voting system that exists. I only say that with the word might,
Warbirds ahead.
because I'm not sure if there's one system that's even worse than that, off the top of my head. Where is this thing? Where is it? There it is. I mean, I guess I could say fake voting systems are worse than first past the post. But at that point, that's not really a voting system, so that's pulling it technically.
Initiating decryption sequence.
Now, where's Obisex? Yeah, it's just going to repair out. Bunch of Tavaros.
The Romulans will send more reinforcements soon. We must make haste. Remodulate the power from cores 1 and 3.
See, that's the thing. If I allow people to vote for me, I'm pretty good on the Mega Man voting block. They're probably going to vote for me. Not sure about the RPG block. I tend to come down pretty hard on the grinding issue. That's a big voting issue for me personally. And I'm very much going to introduce a bill to reduce grind in video games. But I think I've lost the Dark Souls voting block because I've just been too vocal about my opinions on a lot of Dark Souls and Souls-likes, so... Whoop. Oh, looks like someone else got it. Damn it.
Cores 1 and 3 have been remodulated.
I know, right, Reggie? It's... like, in some cases, it makes sense they have numbers. Voth? Yeah, sure. I believe they have that kind of numbers. Undine? Ditto. But, like, Romulans? Especially Romulan Star Empire? How do they even have ships still?
Cores 2 and 4 are overloading. Remodulate them now!
I did like both Hollow Knight and Code Vein, which is really funny considering how many negative comments I got for the Hollow Knight rumination. I swear there's no pleasing some people. Yeah, exactly, Micromano. My Elden Ring performance is just killing my Souls block. I kind of like the idea of, like, voting based on video game preferences. I don't know what for, just, like, as a fun little game. Maybe, like, a board game. Or a video game, you know? Ow, that hurt. That hurt. Well, that's a good question. Where would Savicom sit in the RPG block? Now, obviously...
cannot continue this fight much longer.
She's got a little bit of the RPG block thing going, but I think we'll be able to swing Savicom if we appeal to her Star Trek block.
Cores 2 and 4 have been remodulated.
Now, naturally, I'm just on... you know, I'm just going to stay full on defense because, holy crap. There are so many ships here. That's been working out so far. I'm going to keep doing that. Yes, now a budget addressed by the roguelike block. Yes, I'd like to vote that the roguelikes should get more budget this season. I don't know. They've been really part of the indie darling thing for the last several years. I think it's time we push indie focus away from the roguelikes. Oh, that's going to hurt our chances, though, with the live services crowd. Oh, I just realized I don't have mission music going. Sorry. I mean, that's kind of the gist of it, yes, Blue Hero. This game is really good. I just think it has these flaws, and then people are like, "Ring!" Because that's what people do. My personal favorite is how some people couldn't just say, I disagree with you and here is why. Some people had to personally attack me by saying I'm just too bad at video games, which we've established for some time now is just nonsense at this point. Where's the reactor core? Is it down? Is it up? And you had to make it a he only doesn't like this game. Excuse me, he only doesn't think this game is perfect because he's not good at video games, which is all kinds of what? Is this bugging out? What's going on here? No, I would say Souls-like games are just... excuse me, the Souls games are copy. Souls-like games I tend to actually enjoy. It's just, we're only up to like 3 of those so far. So there's a ship stuck over here somewhere. I'm wondering if it's bugging us out. I'm trying to find it. It's probably caught in the geometry, because I've actually already seen that happen. It's not up here. Might be down. Might be really down? Nope. It's up. It's up. There it is. It's on the other side of the wall. I see it. I see it. I saw it for a second. Where'd it go? It's like right here. It is literally stuck in the wall. So I hope that's not what's bugging us out. Oh, there we go. Yay! It's... I can't target it. There we go. I can target it right here. Die, monster. Die. Okay, now get out of here before it blows up on our faces.
I'll be waiting for you near the Thaleron projector.
Yep, that's what it was. That's what was holding us back. Because the door's open now. Oh my gosh. This game. The Tal Shiar will stop at nothing to keep the vault. If they succeed, it'll be a terrible blow to my people. The Thaleron generator chamber. You realize this is a moon-sized vault. Of course they want to take control of it. I don't think they're physically capable. I don't think every surviving Tal Shiar person... I don't think every surviving Tal Shiar person in the entirety of the galaxy would fill out the vault. I think they'd all fit on here without issue. Anyways, how did you suddenly go from 80% to 20%? Like, what the crap did I miss there?
Initiating decryption sequence.
Oh, I guess I'll be on defense duty again. Where is he? There he is. And he's at full health. Dude!
Dederet excited. Prepare for combat.
I'm sorry, what?
Defend the ship.
You...
The Romulans will send more reinforcements soon. We must make haste.
Well, time to fight a Dederet in a couple of shuttles. At least this is an actual boss fight, but this is still a little bit, huh? Like, we're fighting a Dederet in a handful of shuttles. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the final shuttle mission right here. Thank God. Unless there's that one during the Delta arc, which we'll get there when we get there. If there is, then that means there's one more.
Ship hull is at 80%. Critical systems offline. We need to cloak.
Did he just get crushed by the detonation of the Dederet? Oh my God, he did. He totally did. I don't have any repairs, so... Back to defense. Well, I don't know what a trolley build is, so I'm afraid I have no idea yet.
Protect the ship!
Obasek, I like you as a character, so could you do me a favor and shut your goddamn mouth? Troll builds. Oh, yeah. Some of the PvP builds are pure troll, and honestly kind of bad. That's why I gave it a negative. Let's... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Get out of the death.
Help us!
Tell you what, I'll help you once that's busy killing you.
We cannot continue this fight much longer.
Shut up. A troll build game in this game would just be a pure
initiating decryption sequence.
Like shut down their ability to shoot, shut down their ability to move. Nothing but like stuns and disables. It would just be like, haha. Oh, and that one ability that they use, which makes your engines go full tilt for a few seconds in whatever direction you're facing, that the old Klingons use, which I hate that. Oh, wow, Reggie. I actually wasn't aware of that one. So, could you, like, do your job a little bit faster, Obasek?
Romulan 40% of systems offline. We need to cloak.
Hey, Obasek, could you do me a favor and stop sitting in the path of the extremely dodgeable death beam? Is that something you could do for me, buddy? Yeah, unfortunately there's no collision damage, Blue Hero, so it doesn't really work that way. So, obviously this mission's a negative. The fact that it's a shuttle mission is enough for it to be a negative. And I don't mean that facetiously. I've already done my due diligence on proving why shuttle missions suck. Do we think that this is too negative worthy? He's about to get hit by the beam again. Because of course he is. And we need him for progression. And he doesn't dodge anything. Yeah, infinite spawning little irritant fighters. And the stupid AI and the audio spam, which are related issues. Baron obviously makes this a negative to gameplay. That's just duh, really. Just sitting here ready to initialize his computer core when he gets there. Dr. Winter, if you're still there, you asked if I still need people for the Wailing Soul Switch. The answer is yes. I actually still need a few guards, too. We're weirdly close to the end of the LTTP theater, but I just need more actors to do more roles. Oh, for God's sakes. Well, fortunately, I don't think he cares about damage while he's being repaired, ironically.
Hurry! Time is running out!
Is it? You're the one who's sitting there repairing for 7 years. Like, what, do you need your computer reinitialized or whatever? Here, I'm coming. Let me fix your spaceship with my shuttle. Oh, okay, we're good. Justin is probably about to die. Favorite healing class in an MMO? Oh, Jesus, I don't know. Something in WoW. That's absolutely without question. Like, holy crap. Probably Resto Druid if you put a gun to my head, but I haven't actually reviewed them yet, so I'm not sure. But, like, WoW's healing classes are legit. I love healing in WoW. Holy Priest used to be amazing. Like, pretty much all the healing classes were amazing during Legion. Disc Priest was amazing during Kata. Well, I don't know what they're changing yet, Reggie. So I'm not sure if I'm hyped so much as, what are you doing to my class? Oh my god, he's still repairing. And he's about to get hit by Thaleron. No, they just... So, what they did... We actually talked about this. What they did was they made Discipline Priests do damage and then also heal. Now, we talked about this extensively during the FF14 run. In fact, we talked about it like 4 or 5 different times. The way this worked out is Discipline Priests became casters. Now, they couldn't do the numbers of a true caster, but they could do decent damage. They could fill a DPS slot. It's just while DPSing, those DPS spells were healing. That was awesome. It was fun. It was engaging. It was fantastic. It made you think about a lot of things. It was an excellent thing. Here's the catch. It made Discipline healers better than every other healer in the game. Because while other healers could heal better or do certain specific things for very specific fights, for general stuff, a Discipline healer would always outperform. Because they'd be DPSing while healing. Now, they had a lot of choices for how to deal with this, and we've discussed several options an MMO would have in order to deal with this particular problem in the future. Their decision was to nuke it. Boom. Just right in the face. They got rid of Discipline healing in that manner and just turned it back into a completely other type of healing. I think that's a damn shame, because I think they were on to something there. Thank you, The Crow. Ooh, very, very much. I do appreciate those subs. Thank you. I will put that towards the Dragon Age blog. Yeah, they chose the easy route. Actually, that's not fair. They chose the let's redesign the class from the ground up route. I hesitate to call that easy. Yeah, that's a lot of work. That being said, I still stand by what we came up with during the FF14 run. I think they should just make all healers work that way. Just make it so that healers can DPS while healing, and there you go. Boom.
Thaleron controls are offline.
Finally! Are we done with this nonsense? I mean, FF14's already kind of drifting into that perspective in general. I really feel like the Sage is a dipping the toe into the concept of healers being DPSs. And I'm down. I really do think that's the best option. And I admit it's not a casual perspective. That's years of analysis and experience speaking there. Yeah, literally make it a green DPS. Now, there are some specific things you have to change to make that actually work, but it is something you can do. I haven't really touched FF14 since the run ended, no. Not really on purpose. Yeah, I see it. I'm coming. See if I can hit the damn thing. Through the wall here, maybe? No. This is the second vendor. So I think between bugs and audio spam, I think this place absolutely deserves a second negative. This is ridiculous. The second TFO is a long, sloggy one, but it's going to be better than this in every way. You watch. Okay, maybe at this angle? No. Okay, a little bit higher up. Now, you might say, just leave the group. Well, if we do, we're screwed. Because the way this game is badly designed, with regards to its TFOs, if you leave the group, we won't be doing the next TFO for half an hour, as opposed to immediately, which is the intent. So we're actually invested in trying to actually successfully complete the TFO. I've already given that a negative, because it deserves one. Nevertheless, we might be screwed here. I don't think I have much that can hit this guy. Let's try everything. See what happens here. Whoops! We hit the wrong button. Let's hit that one. I can see the damn ship from some angles. Guild Wars 2 doesn't have a healing class in any real sense of the word. It has classes that have more capacity to buff and heal than other classes. That's honestly about it. Someone hit it, I think. I don't know who did it, but someone actually hit the damn thing. We good? We good? Did we do it? Quote Agent Smith here. Is it over? Are there any other ships trapped somewhere? Where's Obasek? Screw me, I don't see his ship. You know what? Let's have a conversation. How many of you are aware of how my review system works? I imagine it's at least a couple of you. Now, it's actually, admittedly, it's a fairly complex system, because reviewing is a fairly complex process. But I think it's pretty easy to understand at the baseline. Pluses, negatives. There's no cap. There's no hard cap on how many pluses or negatives a game can get. But a concept is usually capped at 3. We can give 3 negatives for as much as we zoom in, or 3 positives for as much as we are capable of zooming in. A specific boss, a specific song, a specific jumping puzzle. 3 pluses, 3 negatives. Now, obviously it's possible for a stage, for a dungeon, to be more than 3 negatives, because of how that system works. But I found myself thinking recently, what does a 3-negative dungeon look like? So here's a hypothetical question for you. What is a dungeon in an MMO that would qualify as 3 negatives? Yeah, you already see why I'm bringing this up. But I found myself thinking, I'm not sure a lot of the MMO dungeons that we will be reviewing qualify as 3 negative, because there's not many. I mean, Asheron's Call might qualify, but again, we're never reviewing Asheron's Call. Oh, someone found some. Where's Pritchard? Way out there. All right, hang on. Coming. So, of the MMOs we're reviewing, which is kind of how the system works, you know, does WoW have a 3-negative dungeon? Let's really bring this question into focus. Does FF14 have a 3-negative dungeon? Does Tor have a 3-negative dungeon, etc.? Now, I thought of a dungeon in Tor that might qualify as a triple-negative dungeon. Kellicoid War Games, by the way, if you're wondering. I mean, we don't do objective reviews here, Reggie, you know that. This came up because I realized so this is my fault. But usually the way our system works is we kind of establish what what the worst and what the best is, and we use that to define everything else, right? We kind of gradient around what the high end is and what the low end is. That's duh. Once you've established your range.
The vault is ours again. Thank you, my friend.
Once you establish your range, you can go ahead and establish, the specifics, the gradients. We can't tell what a 2 positive dungeon is or a 2 negative dungeon is if we don't know what a 3 negative dungeon is, right? Now, I bring this up because some of the earlier STO dungeons, I was debating, does this qualify as 2 negatives? And the more I thought about it, the more I just kind of leaned away from that. So I sort of started drifting away from that. But I think we did it. I think we have actually found a triple negative dungeon. Let's go down the list here. Let's establish this, because this might literally be setting the precedent of what a triple negative dungeon is. Obviously, there's the fact that it's a shuttle dungeon. I've already done my due diligence on explaining why shuttle combat sucks. Then we have the fact that it's within the vault, which separately has its own issue. It's very vertical in a game where you can't go up or down. It's 2 issues. Third is the obvious audio spam problem. Fourth is the fact that it's an escort mission where you have no control over your escort. And the escort, this is actually a separate problem, takes forever to repair. So huge waste of your time if you screw up and he dies. Dies. Then we have on top of that the fact that the mission refuses to let you to progress unless you've killed all enemies, even though nothing indicates that. Which piles on top of the fact that more than once we had ships getting stuck inside of the terrain, preventing us from either finding them or killing them. That's in addition to the fact that it had respawning enemies, which are boring to fight, so its trash wasn't good to begin with. This is 8 separate issues we're talking about here. I think we've defined a triple negative dungeon. That dungeon sucked. So, we have established precedents for all future MMO reviews. The Vault shuttle mission is the worst mission we've covered, the worst dungeon we've covered in MMO reviews. Might actually be the worst. We'll have to see if something else actually surpasses that. What's the actual name of that stupid place? Anyways, I know Bragwin wanted to join us for the other Vault one, which is nowhere near about Vault Shuttle event. That's what it's called. Yeah, not to be confused from the Vault from FF14, which is fine. Because I like the Vault. I'm typing all this up. I'm doing my due diligence on this. I want to make sure everyone really understands why this is the worst freaking dungeon we've covered in MMOverse so far. Honestly, if Justin didn't have that freaking nanoprobe shot, we might have never actually finished that mission. There will be no post-stream summary after this. Absolutely not. There won't be one for Tor or WoW either. I'm just going to say that right now. All right, so let's get Justin in here because he hasn't been able to join us for a lot of these, and he was kind of our awesome there. I know Bragwin wants to join us. Did anyone else not get to join us for the last one? And by the way, right, before I move any further, thank you, all of you, for enduring that nonsense with me. Appreciate you, really. That stupid goddamn TFO sucks so badly. It's okay, we're done. We're done with the shuttles. We're done with the crap. Nobody's accepting invites. Go accept invites. Yeah, the standard for MMOs is no rumination, and that will continue to be the standard. Okay, triple negative. God, look at that paragraph. Look at that paragraph. That's summarized, too. Sheesh. Yeah, the gameplay negatives are up here now. Okay, so Bregwin's gone. Whatever Tor server I am on, Crow, while we're waiting for people to join, give me a second. I have to refire everything up to get back into Tor. Does anybody else want to join us for the other vaults? Or don't worry, you can bring a ship. The other one is a ship thing. Okay, we'll get Kira White Noise. That leaves us room for 2 more. We'll just go ahead and get Flag Hand. Wait, hang on. Reggie! We'll get Reggie. Reggie hasn't joined us. Reggie, what's your character? That would be cool, Baron, but honestly, probably too big for me at this point. Kay, you didn't want to join! You said no. No K's allowed. And thank you, Yada, very, very much. Much appreciate. I assume you want that to go towards Kakarot. Because that's what you usually donate for, I think. Oh my god, okay. So how do I see what my server is? I think I actually have to log all the way in, don't I? Sound warning. If it's ever going to play it. Oh, maybe it won't. Alright, fine, Kay, but get in here. And get to Nakara so I can invite you. I mean, STO lore has its issues. I mean, Star Trek lore has its issues. So honestly, I'd be more of a Star Trek lorecraft than an STO lorecraft. I would just treat STO as canon. Alright, how do I see my server? Here we go. Server selection. I am apparently on Starforge, is the server that I am. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, a lore trek, if you will. And I need to turn down the audio a bit. That was a bit loud. Let's crank that down a little bit. Back out of Origins. Alright, where's Reggie? I don't see anybody. Where is everybody? Who is this? Oh, that's Kira. I recognize Kira. In the Star Trek rewrite, will we consider STO canon? So we'll take ideas from STO, but ultimately no. Mostly because most of what STO does is way past when the rewrite will end. The rewrite concludes with Nemesis. That'll be the final episode, if you will. Who is that person? Ah, there you are. Invite. Where are you at, Kay? But yeah, in all honesty, I will freely admit a lot of the ideas that we will use in the Trek rewrite are borrowed completely from STO. We've already done that. Like, we've already done several things where it's like, this is this way. Why? Because STO did that. Hakeev. I mean, we are definitely keeping Sela. So we might keep Hakeev. But Hakeev would have been much younger and much less relevant back in TNG's era. Which one was it, Mike Romano? I guess I could look myself while we're waiting. Yeah, what if Akiv? There you go. Oh, the one he did on Pike. So one of the things we're probably going to carry forward is the ideas of pacifism, too much pacifism being a bad thing. But if you're paying any kind of attention, that's nothing new, because I tend to be very strongly of the opinion that too much of anything is a bad thing. As I am fond of saying, too much air is a bad thing. Too much water is a bad thing. So, extremisms, no thank you. I mean, honestly, that's just the doormat diplomacy, which I've never been a fan of. That being said, I'm not saying there won't be people who practice doormat diplomacy. I'm just saying it probably won't work out all that well for them. And I actually have K on my friends list, so boop. Yeah, exactly, Baron. The Dominion War is going to take a very different overall structure. I'm really nervous about what people are going to think of that, because the Dominion War is a fan favorite. But we have a lot of ideas for the Dominion War, and I'm pretty happy with where it's going to be going. Oh, I guess that's Bragwin. My bad, Kay. I didn't realize we actually... Okay, so... Scroll down. Volt. Boop. No, we're good. Hit yes. Hit yes. Hit go. Quick. Quick. The simplest answer to your question, Gum Gum, is that
many of our forces are defending
the new colony world.
Old Rihan is our future, but we must maintain a presence here as well. The Tholians would plunder the vault and strip it of its technology and weapons. We cannot allow this. My ships are fighting the Tholians, but they are badly outnumbered. Help as many of them as you can.
Ahem. All right, hands up. Who's in the vengeance? No, I'm joking. That's Justin over there. So, the Event Horizon. All right, we need to blow that ship up right now. Trust me. My answer to you, Gum Gum, is that they have proper security and backup procedures, something I've talked about several times. I am a big proponent of the idea of being prepared for when things go bad. If we can do that for simple civilian operations like network protection and daily security and traffic operation and planes and all that fun stuff, then we could probably apply that in a frickin' military. Now, that does limit the horror possibilities, but I'm okay with limiting the horror possibilities within the Extant.
Fight another day. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yeah, we should leapfrog a bit. Here, I'll get the next one. Come on. Pax and I used to do this one all the time. And yeah, the best way is to leapfrog. See, I'll get this corner one over here. Someone else get the next one. Yeah, no Argent energy for the Empire. Even if it existed, they'd probably look at that like, what? No! But it's just tortured souls. And the more pain the souls are in, the more energy they provide. I'm not making that up. That's actually how Argent energy works.
You have given us a fighting chance. This will not be forgotten.
And then I'll leapfrog again. Go to the next corner. Absolutely, Yada. As much as I make fun of it, it's a valid and relevant part of Federation history. It's something they would drift into, logically, and it's something they need to be knocked out of, too. And for them to both drift into it and knock out of it, we need to have it, right? Now, we're probably not going to have it be as irritating, because, let's be honest, a little sanctimonious preaching is not something most people come to Star Trek for. But they will still have the Golden Era, and they will still have the arrogance of extreme pacifism, like I was talking about earlier. And then those people are going to get smacked in the nose, and, well, there we are. I am just so surrounded by Tholians right now. Yeah, ardent energy. That's what you're talking about. Ah, there we go. Similar, Crow, similar. So what happened was, it is pretty logical. What happened was the Federation beat their last big enemy.
We will return after the area is secured.
Made friends with their other big enemy, and basically entered a 7-decade range of just being at peace and prosperity. 2 full generations passed with no real conflict. What do you think's going to happen in a circumstance like that, right? Okay, that's hysterical, whoever did this over here. I think that's Reggie.
It's worse than I thought. The Tholians aren't trying to steal the Vault's secrets. They want the Vault itself. Tholian Vault Weavers are trying to construct a web around the space station. If they succeed, they can initiate a reaction that could pull the Vault out of our dimension. The Vault Weavers have a long energy trail. That's how you can identify them. Target and destroy those ships at all costs. The more Vault Weavers you destroy, the longer it will take the Tholians to construct their web. They seem to be focusing their efforts at the top, middle, and bottom sections of the Vault. I suggest you concentrate your efforts there.
I will go bottom, consequently. We used to have to coordinate this pretty well. I think we'll be able to curb stomp this with few issues, though. Oh, sorry, I don't have the music going. Actually, I do, but you probably can't even hear it out there. I will just turn the music up. Screw it. Let me look at my notes, because after this we finish the Romulan stuff. Looks like this is the last Romulan TFO. Oh! You know what? Yeah, let's do a mission after this, and I'll get you in, Kay, because you didn't get it in. Let me poke Pax, because he wanted in on this too. We're going to do binary circuits, which I've deliberately kept for this. Let's see if Pack's available. If he's not, I'll go ahead and wait for him.
Is 20% complete.
Actually, I do have LTTP boss music. I gotta find it. You gotta give me a minute. Just for you, Yada. Is everything bottom? Nope, I missed one. And that's it, because it's a really short song. But here, I'll give you one more Zelda song, just for you. Come on. So we missed one. There you are. Okay. Hit middle. Actually, there you are.
Tholian vault web is 40% complete.
I mean, we've only had one so far. Whoop, hang on. Sorry. We'll do one other LTTP song. Just one. I gotta find one. Let's do... No. There we go. Listen, this game does not have bugs, Kay. I don't know what to tell you. Right, I should probably kill these things before they fail the mission. I will say I don't think that you need conflict and war to progress. I just think that the Federation isn't as balanced as it needs to be to survive in peacetime, if that makes any sense. However, I can explain this differently. I think the Federation is a little bit... They're peacemongers. I think they are a little bit too inclined towards, oh, thank God, we're done being at war. Woof! Let's mothball the fleet. Like, I think that's the Federation. And obviously that's ridiculous on every level. As much as I make fun of the Starfleet is not a military mentality, that's mostly from the out-of-character perspective, not the in-character perspective. I absolutely believe there are Federation members, probably not Starfleet members, but Federation members who really do actually believe that Starfleet is not a military. And that's because they're stupid. Or deluded, or blind, or whatever you want to call that. What's funny is I thought about deliberately failing a bit so you could see the web being built around the station, but then I got distracted talking about other things. Sure, I'll let this song play. Why not? Yeah, who do they call once anything goes wrong? Starfleet. Because of course they do.
The vault web is 60% complete.
I was thinking the call. I mean, LTTP music is legit, so I don't exactly mind, Yoda. The Mothbusters. One of the things I intend to write into the Trek rewrite... So we talked about the vague idea in STO about how they keep old ships around and just kind of process them internally. I like the idea that they do really mothball a lot of their ships and just throw them out to pasture. And that once the Borg thing hits and once the Dominion thing starts to hit, that they start they start mobilizing. And one of the biggest things they have to do is to pull all those ships out and actually get them up to code and get them crewed and all that fun stuff. Because they've just been sitting there doing nothing. Now, because I do tend to lean towards the idealistic concept, I do think that the Federation overall is a more good-leaning organization than not, I think they're going to have tons of volunteers. I think people are going to be signing up to Starfleet in droves once the reality of the Borg and the Dominion are made apparent. I think people will want to help protect and serve.
The Tholian web is collapsing. Excellent. The vault is secure, but we are not.
Yeah, now we gotta do the easiest part of the mission.
Reinforcements approaching at high warp. Prepare for battle. Defeat the Tholian flagship if you can.
I can find it. There it is. I don't know, do you think we can defeat the Tholian flagship? It's gonna be rough. Yeah, pretty much, Space Cadet. That's pretty much exactly what I'm thinking. Granted, I'm obviously biased on that because I live in the country where that happened. Actually, I disagree with that sentence. I'm not particularly loyal to the country I live in. But that is the idea I'm going with. Oh, you hit us. Okay, turn it around. You can also go with the Soviet Union during World War II if you want to go with another non-American
The
perspective
Tholian
there.
flagship is defeated. Excellent work.
Anyone feel that speed bump we just ran over? Exactly, Junk Garrosh. Keep a lot of those ships relevant, and it helps to explain why they're there. And of course, we don't have to have them just be stomped and rolled over. In fact, one of the ideas I like is, again, kind of going with the Soviet Union thing, that at the beginning of the Dominion War, the Federation, Starfleet is just way on the back foot, but then they get more on the front foot, and then more, and then more, and then more. And as the war drags on, it just becomes more and more apparent that the Federation is going to win, regardless of all of their factors, because they still are pushing out ships. They're still getting mobilization going. They're still getting new recruits in Starfleet. As the Dominion forces are slowly shrinking, the Federation's forces have never stopped growing. Not 100% about that one, but kind of leaning that way. Anyway, so that was the vault. I actually kind of like that dungeon. Bingo, Space Cadet. If the Dominion managed a lightning campaign, they might have been able to actually beat the Federation. They didn't, so they don't. We did, Blade Terval, and I absolutely want to do something with that in the rewrite. So, let's give a rare gameplay positive for a TFO. Well, I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say that the Dominion thought they could win the way they usually do, aka just steamrolling. But they didn't. Let me put it to you in really, really simple terms. Anybody out here ever play any RTS ever? Like StarCraft, Command & Conquer, Singularity, Grey Goo, Supreme Commander, any of that stuff? Age of Empires, There's a common strategy in those games. It's called Zerging, or Zerg Rushing. It's exactly what it sounds like. You rush and beat the enemy before they're ready to fight. Here's the catch. Most Zerg rushes, if they fail, you have lost. The moment you fail at a Zerg rush, you have put so much of your time and effort and resources into getting only a few little troops out there very quickly to disrupt them. And if you don't succeed at that, if they successfully push back your Zerg rush, you don't have what you need to survive the counter-assault. Now, obviously, that's not 100%. There are really, very talented players who can do a Zerg rush and still be building in the background and yada, yada, yada. But the point is, that's also true from a real-life perspective. It's one of the reasons why the Franco-Prussian War went the way it did. Was because of the fact that the Prussians were able to get to the field so much faster, but then succeeded. And there's other examples of this too. But my point is, if you fail at the Zerg rush, you're screwed. Because you've put everything you have into the initial rush. If you fail at that, well, yeah, the Zerg Tsunami, which I know you're joking, but is an actual strategy. The Zerg Tsunami is you hold back until you could Zerg rush with everything and just swarm over your enemy, which is what the Dominion's usual strategy is. But of course, there's reasons they don't do that with the Federation. Anyways, let's go and jot this down. So yes. Are the Romulans in the rewrite or in actual Trek, Ross? Because those are two very different questions. All right, so looks like Pax is not here. That's okay. I'm still going to do this without him. Oh, I meant to order food. I don't actually have lunch, and my lunch is in 6 minutes. In actual Trek, the Federation is in a much better shape than the Romulans. By a mile. I need to figure out something I can get quickly. We'll do this. We'll do this. There's a subway that delivers here. It's actually a good subway, too. Like, I'm already at the point of shakiness because of hunger. So let me get some food going here. Let me get some music going too, sorry. I'm ordering. I meant to order earlier, I just got distracted. I need a frickin' maid or a butler. That sounds so pathetic, but it's true. I can focus on the work side of my job so well. I need someone to take care of I need someone to cook for me. I need someone to clean for me. I need someone to remind me to take drinks and to provide liquid. I'm actually out of water here because I haven't gotten up to go get a spare thing of water. I am so pathetic. Yeah, I need a steward or a caretaker, exactly. I've actually legitimately thought, you can call me pathetic here, if I actually won the lottery, I've actually thought about getting someone who I trust, you know, one of my friends or family, and basically saying, could you do this for me? I will make sure that you're taken care of, you know, it will be a full-time job, and I will take care of you financially, and I swear I won't be a dick about it, but could you just take care of me on like a mundane level while I work? Because I got so much crap to do, especially post-lottery, because post-lottery, I'm going to start making stuff. We're going to start making the Trek rewrite for realsies, if you know what I mean. We're already going to hire voice actors for that. By the way, anybody who wants to be a voice actor for the Trek rewrite, be thinking about that. We're going to be very harsh about who we accept for it, mostly on the mic quality and the room quality. But we are going to be going ahead and recruiting voice actors for the Trek rewrite project. So if you want to voice someone in Enterprise, obviously it's the first one we'll be doing, please think about that if you want to be a part of that. I want a raspberry cheesecake cookie. What do you think? Should I get one? You think I should get one? Okay, we'll get one. We'll get one. Hey, Epic. Thank you for buying my lunch. Always appreciate you, Epic. I will put that towards Yakuza if you want me to. Hang on, let me jot this down. Scroll down a little bit. I mean, yeah, after that friggin' shuttle TFO, I swear to God. Just, ugh. Provolone, obviously. It's the only cheese they have that I like. They stopped carrying Swiss. They stopped carrying Swiss. Well, I'm not sure we're going to have minor roles, Savacom, so I should talk about the format we're going to use here, okay? So, the general idea is we're going to have the main characters effectively giving logs that are the narration of the episode. So if you've seen any of the Trek rewrite animations I've already thrown together as concepts, imagine that, but instead of me narrating it, it's Archer narrating it, or it's T'Pol narrating it. And so, like a T'Pol-centric episode, she'll be doing the narration for that one. So yeah, it will not be dialogue, it will be the log. Now that's because, in order to go even further than that, is insanity. That would require a huge amount of time and effort, which we do not have. That would also require a lot of money, which we also don't have. But the point is, that's the kind of thing we'd be doing. So that's why I say there won't really be any minor roles in the strictest sense of the word. Because it'll be more like you'll be voicing Tucker, or you'll be voicing Admiral Forrest, or something like that, right? Or Archer. And you get the general concept here. Make fun of me. I'm actually shaking so much I'm having trouble ordering. Yeah, we probably won't have any crewman 14 roles. The problem is you always have to think of this from a production standpoint. Remember, this is basically a hobby thing we're doing. We're not getting paid to do this. So, this is more of a side fun project. If you're paying attention, it's kind of taking the same place as the theater temporarily. So the idea is that we need to think about what's practical to do. It would be awesome to just do a full episode, for example. But that's just not feasible, right? That would be a full-time job. That would be a full-time job, and that's just not something that either of us can do, because he has a full-time job, and so do I. Yeah, that would effectively be making a fan show at that point. We're keeping it within the realm of feasibility. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. If you want to be one of those characters, obviously we're not doing that. I would love to get Jessie Gender involved, but I don't know if she even wants to be involved. I need to reach out to her. She's been busy. I hope her facial reconstruction really went well for her. I know she went in for that surgery recently, and I am hopeful that she could get involved. If not, I understand it's a big project. But I think the only people who are committed to it at the moment is me and Reloaded. So, and my sister. She's been one of my I don't know what to call it. She's been really involved in the writing. She's been part of the writers' room. Thank you, Uniscorn Scotch. Always appreciate, muchly obliged. Thank you. I will put that down for Arkham Origins, if you give me 1 second here. And getting Subway. So normally I'd cut off, but you know, maybe I should. Maybe I actually should cut off. You know what? I think I will. So here's the deal. Yeah, no need to play with the shakes. That's a good point. I can get like a cookie or something. Well, I actually don't have a cookie, but I can... I don't have anything, do I? I could do something. Once we come back, anybody who wants to be involved in the binary circuit TFO, that's the first thing we're going to do, okay? So we're going to jump right into that. We will need 10 people for that total. So anybody who wants to participate, please feel free to think about that and be ready to go. We might start a little late because I just ordered food, so it's not going to be here for, a bit. I go grocery shopping on Saturdays, but I didn't go grocery shopping last Saturday work course, so I'm a little low. I have emergency soup. That's about it. I have some carrots. I was always planning to order something. I just spaced. I was supposed to order something to last me until Saturday. I was going to get Chinese this time around. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. So, I'll see y'all in about an hour.